Hello all, my name is Celeste. I am working with Alexis for this project. Alexis is doing part A and I am responsible for part B. Our topic is intellectual and developmental disabilities. For the article I chose, it is titled Mortality of People with Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities from Select U.S. State Disability Service Systems and Medical Claims Data. This data article used two sources. One was U.S. State Intellectual and Developmental Service Systems, and the other was based out of the state of New York, utilizing their health data files. For the first source, the U.S. State Intellectual and Developmental Service Systems, 4 states were included in that study. Those states were chosen because they have well-maintained mortality reporting systems and offer similar services. 2 of the states use calendar year, and then 2 other states use fiscal year calendars. Children and adults who were eligible for state support and received more than one service were eligible to be part of the study. The other source, based out of the state of New York, use claims that are health-related and intellectual and developmental disability services were utilized. They were organized based on diagnoses of mild, moderate, severe, or profound intellectual disabilities. This source used reasons for termination of Medicaid eligibility in order to determine which individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities have died. I think these 2 sources were great ones to use. The only thing is I wish the one for New York used a better population. I feel like it was very limited study that they used. On any note, the results of that study showed that more male recipients had passed away that had developmental or intellectual disabilities, and that is not a surprise because more males overall are diagnosed with a disability than females. Also, people with intellectual and developmental disabilities had a life expectancy of 50 to 58 years only. The normal life expectancy is 78 years. Now this study is published in 2015, so the age of 78 for life expectancy might be around the same, perhaps maybe in the early 80s now. It is known that the life expectancy age is a lot higher than it used to be 10 plus years ago. Also, a lot of progress has been made when it comes to the life expectancy of those with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Unfortunately, though, the life expectancy still is 20 years lower than the average. Some reasons why this life expectancy is so low is because of the disability itself, poverty, access to health care and treatment, and challenges with communicating and self-advocating for these individuals. This article was very interesting. Something that always intrigued me was why these individuals die at such a young age, and taking care of some of them in the past, they seem like such great individuals, and I hope in time to come that more studies are done and can help these individuals lead more fulfilling lives than they already do. As part of the project, I had to choose some resources online that can help these individuals. I was successfully able to find 4 different resources. The first one that I found, I'm going to take you to each webpage as well, is here. The American Association of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. This website gives an overview of the disability itself. Also, something that is very important, I think, it gives a lot of information about annual meetings. One in particular that is held every year. As you can see on here, it's going to be held this year in Hartford, Connecticut. This annual meeting through the American Association of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities is 2 days long and provides information about effective practices, research, and policy initiatives. These are great meetings for any kind of individual to go to, whether you're an educator, a medical doctor, a social worker, a nurse. These meetings are very valuable and provide a lot of information to give back to others. This organization is also based out of Washington, D.C. That's a common area for these organizations to come out of, being that is a big city and our nation's capital. The next one that I chose is actually based out of the National Institute of Health. I think this is a very reliable source to recommend anybody to use. It gives an overview like the other website does. Also, something that this website does is it provides information about grants and funding, which can be very helpful to conduct research and run programs. As we all know, a lot of programs in the community run off of grant money and all different kinds of funding, and unfortunately without a lot of that, these programs that we do for these individuals would not be successful without this. So if you're working for one and you want to get more funding for your company, whatever it may be, this is a great resource to turn to. All right. The next one that I found was the National Association of Councils on Developmental Disabilities. This source includes 56 councils in the United States and other territories. It offers 4 different programs, I'll show you here, to help these individuals. Each program does something different and to help these individuals. One of the ones I think is great is financial literacy, and I'm going to take you to that. This helps these individuals be more responsible and treat it just like any other individual would. It helps them with their monetary finances, how to organize their money, and like I said, just like any of us would live our life, this is a great resource for them. The other one that I really liked was the civic engagement. This program helps these people get out in their communities and volunteer and make themselves known. I think it's a great opportunity for them to build friendships and meet other people just like them. The last resource that I found online was the National Center for Learning Disabilities. This website discusses programs for parents, professionals, educators, and young adults. This is a great resource to come to if you're advocating for schools. These individuals in school require a lot of assistance in order to be very successful in school. Here's all different sources of advocating. There's certain laws that schools must follow to treat all these individuals equally. It provides a great background on that. Also, it gives various reports, and if you go to this full catalog, it will organize them by the newest studies. You could even choose how you want to see them. The most recent one was done last month. Also, another thing that this website does is provide scholarships and awards to these individuals, which I think is phenomenal. This is a great reward for these individuals. I think if they know they can get an award or something to further their education in time to come, that they'll work harder and be more determined. I think anybody with a learning disability or intellectual disability should be offered an equal opportunity as anybody else would. Being they get provided more assistance educationally, it is something that will pay off in the end for all of them. So those are my 4 resources for the online. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I look forward to watching all your videos. Thank you as always.